Probably make another video of me roasting Henny too, as well. If you can hear my voice, I'll make sure give me a thumbs up or a like on the video if you can hear my voice. But I had to turn my volume up obviously on my mic because my mic volume was low. But I was telling Diamante in the first video, you saw the first video I was made earlier. So it doesn't have the software Diamante. 2, they don't have the content that Microsoft has. 3, they rely on the hardware and they don't have the software to back it up. Next video will call me roasting Henny, so stay tuned for that video while I'm playing that $5 So like I said, man, Sony has nothing coming. You know that. So we're reaching one AAA SIE game here, and that's not sustainable in this era of the gaming industry. And if I want to break you for that game too, then I'm going to go for that too. I got nothing coming. I warned her about going prior to what happened last month. Last Friday, I should presume. What happened last Friday, not 31st, the week before, which was the 25th, when we found out Sony was going multi-platform and third party. Stay tuned for that video when we wrote from Henny after this video, obviously. But anyways, once Sony went multi-platform them all day, they were not first party console, they were third party box now. And I warned Joe about this too, guys. No joke. They can't rely on the hardware if they don't have the software. And I told a lot of people that the PS5 you need is dead. Lack of first parties, lack of money, lack of revenue coming in, lack of games that are making it or relying on second and third parties. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Tell me why all the 2K games, all the sports games, you know, I knew on the covers, obviously, and all the other second parties, telling the 2Ks and third parties, and basketball. And tell me why UFC, when UFC 6 comes out, and Fight Night Champion, a decade long old game on Microsoft, and also the WWE game called the Sport Game, outgoing Sony's first party. Tell me why that is, tell me why those 2K games, all the others mentioned wrestling, basketball, and the decade-long old game from Microsoft Fight Night Champion, and that's on Microsoft. It's also on that on the PS2 version, but also on Microsoft on the next game. That's the along with there, obviously. Tell me why all those games for 2K and all the indie games in free-to-play are doing better than newer games that turn out currently. Yolanda has no words for me on this video. So they were doing so good right now. But they're not. They can't rely on the hardware if they don't have the software. I'll say it again. They can't rely on the hardware if they don't have the software. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Try them going multi-platform. This is not fair. Okay, it is fair, bro, because they don't got no first party. Lack of first party. Lack of money. They're creatively bankrupt. Tell me why all these live service games got 12 live service games got canceled there all day. Where's the money? Where's the money? I don't do all the jobs. I do all the jobs. No, they don't. That's where you're wrong, too, doing all the good. And Justin and Gordon as well. If they had the money, then why they cancel 12 live service games here all day? It doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Think about it for a second. When they canceled the 12 live service games, and knowing the game was posted in development and it would turn out to, you know, they cost themselves years of developmental time in games, and they canceled those 12 live service games now. They cost them almost a year of developmental time because of those games being canceled. Where's the money? Where's the money? And these are what DG Piper said in his video. Where's the money? Where's the money? Well, they got the money. The merchants is beside that right now. If they got the money, they had the money, they had all the first part. 30% is not a lot, bro. And you know that. If they had the money, as you say, which is not true, why would they cancel all 12-hour service days? Think about it for a second, it doesn't add up. If we don't get in church, that's all good. And I have no choice now. The PS4 generation is about to end after 2020. I told you in one of my videos 3 months back that it would end in the PS4 generation, not ending the service, but ending the generation in terms of the PlayStation Plus pretty much. Then we don't leave them out, but intermediate. We're going to be charged. If anything, we're going to be costly and do PlayStation Plus from what I know. And I told you I did for that a while ago, being around here pretty long. But so when I had to get the series after all day, I had no choice now. Because my car has all the content. I was going with the games was on. I just had to buy my retro games. Time Brown Adventures with it and all my shoot off and beer off. And then Tekken set on. I got Tekken HD game pass on, so I don't have to pay for that. Unlike Dear Long, you had to pay $80 for that game. I didn't have to pay for that these games pass on, but it was already through my subscription service. All I had to do is just buy Tekken 7. Buy my cinema and Brown Revenge and Justice and Gods Among Us and any other fighting games backwards compatible pretty much backwards compatible. Anyway, I told you all day, Sony has nothing coming. Like I said, we don't got no first party, we don't got no money, we don't got the money to make any other games that we want to make. You know, the logic they're running all these features and remakes. You already know why they're doing that, right? I don't think you know the real reason why they're doing that either. And I know the real reason why they're doing it. Anyway, Sony doesn't have the first party. And then going to ABK case and Bethesda case, and I'll say it again. Nobody's listening right now. I'm just listening right now. But anyways, like I told a lot of people, when they went when Sony had the position, when they went multi-platform and they all had their job position, they let you know Sony was tough. And then they're terrible as an industry too, because the Hiroshi Satoshi, the money man, as he's supposed to be, the CEO as he's supposed to be, he ain't doing good, and Jesse Machino, he ain't doing good right now either. As well. So like I said, Sony has terrible manager on there, and I'm hoping that's all either, bro. No, he just got demoted, obviously, and next year Monster Winter when he got demoted too, whatever month that was. But anyway, like I told a lot of people, man, Sony has nothing coming. 30% is not a lot for our first party. And I told Joe this too, because he wasn't buying your game, you were buying add-ons. You could see show otherwise. You were buying all those add-ons for Call of Duty. This would give you some intel since you are playing Call of Duty a lot. The stuff that you brought as far as the add-ons, Jack, aka who was Immortal, they say your stuff was set on Warzone. But I think Warzone, all the guns you picked up, all the ones that you brought for your battle passes on Warzone, all those guns were set. I mean, any guns you had capped out, wherever you was for siege rock, it goes back to whoever you want. It's all was that aka who was Immortal said on his video that I saw 3 days ago. Last month, per se. But it's not good on Sony's end, guys. It's a battle of the content subscription wars. I know the ones that play this plus Ezra is the best guy in the game, I can know. Well, the Thief might be the Thief the best guy in the game, but as far as the content, they're not giving you really nothing to play pretty much. And I told them you gotta start buying these samurai games, but it's not the only studio. I don't think ever is from SIE, Clone, Sentinel, or not. We're beside that right now. But like I said, Sony has nothing coming. So what's the point of buying a $500 box when you just get a $300 box? The less than $300 pre-owned off of any vendor, eBay or Amazon, pre-owned. And still enjoy the value because you get 120 FPS. Unlike Sony, they don't get 120 FPS on Sony. They don't get 30 FPS. Might as well get on their project Maverick console, we get 50 FPS on Xbox Series S. Small visual that they get 120 FPS. I told them all day too. When the 12 out 13 was canceled and when the APK came through, went through and Microsoft, it was a win for Microsoft all day long, bro. This is not bad, so this is not over. So it is over because they Sony don't have the content, man. Maybe just want to have to be crossed in now. Counting Tekken 9 included. Well, I'll be able to pay that on Game Pass. I don't want to pay for that. I'm like, dude, all day. You had to pay another $80 for another Tekken game. I did that through my subscription service. And it stays there permanently. It will eventually leave, but it will not leave. So this one, I'll tell you that. Well, I told everybody, guys. Team doesn't be on the Sony, it's to be third party. And Joe said, this is not fair. I said, this is fair. This is fair. Because Sony has nothing coming. They don't have no first party. And bad of it, the ABK, they just reached out Microsoft's project Franklin and Everwood console, so Microsoft returned to send leaked out Sony's PS6. But I had to find out through the rumors, and the rumors were true, based on one of my other sources, Dirk Griggity, obviously, that PS6 is not coming out until 2031. Which is not what to do on Sony's end today. That's going to take this now. So yeah, PS5 survives for now doing all this, but after that, PS6 is already there if it comes out. The way I don't see a PS6 coming out because they don't have the first parts of it. They're going to make all those games cross-gen. Backwards compatible, yeah, PS4, PS5, and PS6 games. Where's the two PS6 games? They don't have the two first parts to even, like I said, man, they don't have the two first parties. They got nothing coming, literally nothing. Literally nothing. Like I said, and I'll say it again. You need to call us out there and you need to stop putting Sony's ass doing out there. For real though, they don't give a damn about you, they give a damn about the money. That's what they care about. Or it's my heart to say porn. That's what they care about. They care about the money, not the business. Sony is not a great industry right now. So that's how petty they are. Like I said. Stay tuned for the next video on me, Local Henry. That's going to be the next video after this video is done. So anyways, I told a lot of people, man, Sony has nothing coming. They don't have the content. They don't have the first party. But it's great. They got a new console coming out, and they don't even have no first party for that age. So the point of the PS6 is they don't have the software for that either. I'll do my own video. I'll pay $1,000 for PS6. You're a summer thing for that to pay $1,000 for PS6. I don't do that for that cheap job behind. Not that I say I care about the other two. That's good to have two jobs, but why would you pay $1,000 for a PS6 when they don't have lack of software? It doesn't make sense, you know. It doesn't make sense. As I said before, and I'll say again, you need to call this out. It's sad on Sony's end, man. For real, though. You need to be called out on this. Because it's been terrible. Terrible, man. The management's been terrible. Totally terrible. And I told a lot of people, man. Sony has nothing coming. What he got after that, after Go for Yoke game on? They got literally nothing coming. Literally nothing. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I So if Sony comes up with more games, what's the point of having a PS5 if they don't have the software? And they don't have the money to even come up with their current games that are coming out currently. How much goes for yours? What it's gonna cost $70 or $80 for the disc individually, and then that way I think Sony's getting sued for that too, pun intended, because with the trial for the digital games, they're getting sued for that too. Then on that lawsuit is still ongoing. And then now that they're gonna spend what $400 on $400 million on Ghost of Yotei now? Yeah, they're damn mind if they do that. It doesn't work in the industry like that. Spend $400 million on an SIE game down in the damn lines right now, they already. That's what they care about, the money, not the consumer, or they care about the consumer. They care about the money, they don't care about the game. That's how petty Sony is. No offense to Nintendo people, Nintendo is bad, because they greedy. To this day. I hear my uncle and all moved on from Nintendo because of what they're doing cooking their console. When you can't modify the console. Obviously for because you modified the console, they break your console. Which is totally insane. So like I said, man, you need to call this out. Like I said, man, Sony has nothing coming. Really nothing coming. Lack of first parties. Lack of revenue. Things not selling well. Things are peeking out and being half-assed and rebooted and remade. Someone's good on Sony. I hope you're right. Sony don't give a damn about you, man. They give a damn about the money. Like you say, you're a Sony roller, you know, you got how many platforms? 11 platforms? 11 consoles, I should say. You got 11 consoles in my two. But the one I got, sure that's all different once I buy that next year. When I have some more to next generation now. So the PS4 generation ends in 2026, 2027. As far as the games they're making, pretty much. They're making any games, it's just going to be the indie games they're going to focus on. Microsoft will be my primary, but it's going to still be my second primary. It'll be my backup for that still PlayStation Plus quarterly. Obviously. PlayStation Plus is still in September, but anyway. I'll be getting strong connections next month as well. So as long as I get that whole thing in October, that thing's ass too as well. So anyway, like I said, when you can call it out, you got 11 platforms to my two. That's why I said that all this will make sure once I get my phone first, because my phone is going for it. My phone's still down. But anyway, Sony has lack of content. Where's the first party? Where's the money? Where's the live service games? The live service games are failing right now. All they're going to do is now get that survive. For now. So for how long, I don't know. Like I said, man, you can call it out. You can get Sony, get the person to let you know. Sony gets a pass. I said, no they don't. Not what they've been dealing with for the past 2 years. Past 2.5 years. They don't get a pass. From me. Now I've been on this since time is out. Yeah, I've been giving Nintendo the smoke. You know you got Nintendo Switch 2. I'm almost sure doing all that Nintendo Switch 2. I'm almost sure he does. So I'm sure I give Microsoft the smoke, but only when it's necessary. Like I said, and I'll say it again. I give Microsoft the smoke when it's necessary. And it's because, like I said, only when it's necessary. But anyway, I give Sony all the smoke because it's not done good this year either. They've been terrible because of their first party. They were on a second and third party and indie games just to save them right now. That's to save them in terms of their revenue right now. The game I'm playing right here is the two Vampires of Harlem. Also on Microsoft, but actually my subscription, I get that free. I don't have to pay for that. I had to pay $4 to get the cross changes a while ago. That was actually enjoying playing it, it's being fun, as you can see. But, like I said too, most games that you see on how we do our subscription service. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Minecraft Legends and Dungeons also owned by Microsoft. It is on Sony, yes, it's owned by Microsoft Corporation. Okay, I'll give you a better example. Storm Connection, when I get that in September, I'll be physically on the eBay obviously. It is also a Microsoft funded game. Still didn't know they did it. It was on the 360 version. It was on the 360. That game, obviously. Naruto. It was on the 360 first during the golden era. But Storm Connection, that game, once I get that game physically, next month, obviously. Once I re-up on my PlayStation Plus first. And I thought some more shooting like that, more indies after that. It was two indies that caught my interest from each age or so I did find out on Crisis in a while ago. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. But like I said, I'll give you a better example. Storm Connection. That was a Microsoft funded game. Still didn't know they did it. Yes, it's on Sony, but Bucky is owned by Bandai Namco, yes. But that's also a Microsoft funded game, still regardless. Microsoft funded the game. It's me inspiring it, pretty much. Otherwise, that would have been a Sony exclusive. Sony exclusive, that would have been a Bandai Namco Entertainment only game. Exclusive game is what I meant to say. Which Bandai Namco exclusive game on Sony, all that would have been Sony only. So of course, because Microsoft had it first, the reason why it didn't become Sony exclusive. It's owned by Microsoft, but still owned by Bandai Namco. So it is somewhat exclusive. I can't say it's 100% it's somewhat exclusive, but it's not owned by Sony. It's only on Sony because Microsoft funded the game to be there. They are there. So like I said too, it wasn't a Storm Connection. Like I said, this is the path I had to walk in. I had to walk a dark path. You didn't realize what I've been through. It's a path of despair. It's going to be constant generation. So like I said, don't be surprised if Sony leaves the industry then. Like, don't be surprised if they leave the industry. I told you this from the beginning. In all my videos last year and this video from my phone, I didn't know obviously that Sony had nothing coming. Noah 3, I did one thing, Noah 3, now go for the other thing, now, but that don't come out, they're going to come out another month and a half here on there. Go for the other thing, yeah, Noah 3, that don't come out until next year. The March 3 anniversary when Tekken 8 came out. I'm like, yeah, I didn't have to pay $80 for Tekken 8 once this, that's my sister, all this, got that free to my subscription, I can choose to buy, even the choice to buy it on sale. The game's always hold up in price, but man, I never obviously, it gives me a choice to buy and say I own it. So I own it so much, I only have to pay the $80 to get that game now. When Tekken 9 comes out, and you see my mom stuff on Tekken 9 comes out, the game will be everywhere, soon on Switch 1 and 2. And most probably on PS4 and PS5, the way this is going. So the industry, the way the industry is going. Like I said, the way the industry is going right now. The game's got to be everywhere now. Kind of Tekken not included. Well, they did might as well pay another $80 for that game too, and brag about that too. You can't brag about paying $80, that's expensive. Even for Bandai Namco, let's say. Hell, Storm Connect wasn't the Storm Connect wasn't that expensive. Well, Storm 4 was, but Storm 30 wasn't. Oh, it was $40, but the game holds up in price for this time, it was $99, $10.99. As far as they sell out of the big in Japan, so but still, the trilogy, Storm Trilogy wasn't that expensive. Be on days. Storm 4 was some of the stuff. I cannot lie, I can't say it was expensive. As far as Storm 4 was a Gorilla, the Gorilla edition, yeah, that was expensive. When I got the collector's edition, they don't pay like $8 or $10 for it. When I got the collector's edition Storm 4, they include all DLC, all for the World Gorilla DLC that I didn't have pretty much. So yeah. That's the only reason why Storm Connection is still subscribing to the station that game is on Microsoft. And that was a Microsoft funded game. Like I said, Joe did not know that. You know, it's on Sony, but if you look at the menu down, you'll see Microsoft Entertainment Studios America. Or Microsoft Entertainment Studios America. You'll see that, obviously. So I told a lot of people, But Sony has nothing coming. They rely on second and third party. Lucky Nausea was second party. That was not truly third party. That was second party. So Bandai Namco did. Bandai Namco did. Otherwise, that would have been third party. So that game in particular. But because that game was like it became second party instead. I told them all the era we're in right now. Games are going everywhere there, Marvel. I hope you realize that. That's bad. That was true. Now they would put your Xbox games on PS5, and they're making not millions of dollars. And 60 of our top 10 games is Microsoft games. Counting Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Tell me how much that sense makes sense, Diamante. As far as the games, 6 of the top 10 games on Microsoft outdoing your games on Sony. It doesn't make no sense, Diamante. So okay, guys, I end the video right there. I just died out of this one, but anyways, still on stage 3. I'm trying to get to stage 4 and the other stage. It's just taking a minute because the enemies are popping up fast. But just want to go on my rant on this too. Honestly, stay tuned for the next video. Me and Roasting Henny. I'm playing Band Blast Surprise as well. Yeah, this guys. But stay tuned for the next video. Cause I'll be Roasting Henny in the video after this. This is